Bold thieves, and they strike in seconds. But what they don't know, the News 4 I-Team is on their trail. Tonight, we're taking you on a wild ride through the streets of D.C., Maryland, and Virginia to see what happens to some of the thousands of bikes that are stolen around here every year. Scott McFarland and the News 4 I-Team went undercover to show you how the thieves operate and what they do next.
If you're one of the unlucky people who had a bike stolen outside a metro station, odds are you don't know how it went down. In a moment, we'll show you exactly what happens when our bike gets snatched, in part because we put a GPS tracking device on the bike beforehand. But first, a warning to would-be thieves. You're being watched, and not just by the News 4 I-Team. You're about to witness a crime.
It's kind of like a wolf pack mentality.
The guy in the number 3 shirt shows up first to scope out the bike rack.
There's three of them. 3 of them are right outside the entrance.
Our I-Team hidden cameras catching it all mid-morning at the Noma Gallaudet Metro Station in Northeast D.C.
They have no problem doing it in the open.
Where a series of bike thefts have happened recently, says Metro Transit Police Chief Ron Pavlik.
It's something we're challenged with every day.
Number 3 gives the thumbs up to a second guy on the bike who goes in for the steal.
He's got it. He's got him. He's got him. He's got the bolt cutters in his hand right now.
Little do they know, they just nabbed a Metro Transit police bike. The Bait Bike program started 2 years ago to combat one of Metro's biggest crimes. More than 400 bike thefts last year alone.
There's one under arrest.
Most of the crimes happen late morning to early afternoon when commuters are at work, as we saw at the Braddock Road Metro Station in Alexandria. This time the man works alone, pulling on the bike, checking the wheels, positioning the seat before riding off.
Right now, you are under arrest for grand larceny here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, okay? You're stealing that bicycle.
Why were you trying to take that bike?
It was just sitting there, sir.
Not your bike, though.
It's not my bike, sir. It truly isn't. I made a mistake.
Metro says high-end bikes are usually the target.
Broken down for parts? Is it, reused, resold? And that's the bigger question.
A question the News 4 I-Team wanted to know, too. So we decided to take this investigation to the next level to see just what happens after a bike is snatched.
Usually it's the whole bike. Occasionally we'll hear bits and pieces of the bike going.
Jonathan Brandenburg with Performance Bicycle says his customers complain several times a month about being hit by thieves. He loaned us one of their more popular bikes.
Ultimately, no bike lock is 100%.
And we added a secret weapon, this GPS tracking device, allowing us to watch the bike's every move. Parking the bike around the D.C. area at spots hit hard in the last year, according to police reports. More than 1,000 thefts in 2013. Many clustered in places like K Street in Georgetown, F Street in Penn Quarter, and 14th Street in Columbia Heights. 3 in the afternoon, we noticed these 2 guys checking out our bike, locked up in front of a coffee shop. They leave an unlocked bike next to ours and walk away. One returns minutes later with something in his back pocket, bolt cutters.
Yep, he's taking it.
It happens in seconds. He cuts the lock and takes off.
He's between the Metro stop and 7-Eleven.
But this time, the I-Team is tracking him.
He came down, went over.
Finding him and our bike 3 blocks away where he's showing it off, but doesn't want to talk to us.
Hey, sir, would you come here? Can we talk to you?
Got the bike back.
Another day, another team tempted. This time at the West Hyattsville Metro Station, where 11 bikes were stolen this year alone.
Are you on it?
I'm on it.
One guy appears to be the lookout. The other uses bolt cutters to break the lock.
Are they both riding it?
Yep.
The I-Team tracks them a mile down the road to an apartment complex.
Hey, sir, can we talk to you about my bike?
That's when this chase kicks into high gear as one takes off down a trail along Sligo Creek across town to another apartment complex. To this neighborhood in Hyattsville, Maryland. The man living here tells us a guy on a bike did come by.
So you saw the bike?
Yeah, like this.
He says he doesn't know him, but our tracking device shows our bike is still here.
It's our bike.
Oh, yeah?
It's our bike.
Dang.
After about 15 minutes, he finally admits he bought the bike from the guy, not knowing it's stolen, and pulls it out from the truck in his front yard.
How much?
$50.
Our I-Team bike stolen and sold in less than an hour and a half.
Time to take it back to the station.
Though we got our bike back, the people who took it got away. 90% of bikes stolen outside Metro stations use either cable or chain locks, so Metro recommends you use these. U-locks, preferably 2, one in the front and one in the back. Coming up on News 4 at 11, we continue our investigation focusing on which Metro stations in particular are targeted by bike thieves. Scott McFarland, News 4 I-Team.
The I-Team's bike investigation continues online. You can see if there have been thefts on your block in your area, plus see a full demonstration on the best way to protect your bike from those thieves. Log on to NBCWashington.com and click on Investigations. An investigation by the News 4 I-Team reveals more than 500 bikes stolen from outside metro stations in the past 2 years. Our undercover cameras caught some of them in the act. Scott McFarland shows how the crooks are operating and what Metro police are doing to stop them.
You've just boarded to go to work. The station's emptying, rush hour's ending.
I think he's got flash.
But sometimes a few crooks stay behind.
It looks like the kid in the gray's gonna do it. Here we go.
News 4 I-Team undercover cameras positioned outside metro rail stations in D.C., Virginia, and Maryland watched a series of bike thieves pounce. Early afternoon at the Noma Gallaudet station on the Red Line, 3 guys circling. One of them, scoping the scene, gives another a thumbs up. A younger one cuts the lock, and police converge immediately. Metro Transit Police caught him in moments because these crooks targeted one of Metro's bait bikes. Metro uses the bait bikes to catch the thieves.
To try to capture that crime in progress.
Undercover cops in plain clothes standing just a few feet away. Virginia, Braddock Road Station, Yellow Line, midday. The crook's an adult this time. Tugs and yanks the bait bike free. News 4 I-Team undercover cameras rolling. He tries to ride away, but Metro police quickly catch him and cuff him. Why were you trying to take that bike?
It was just sitting there, sir.
He tells the News 4 I-Team he's taking it for his 10-year-old.
Actually, I wasn't even going to use it myself. I was going to give it to my son.
You understand, stealing for a 10-year-old doesn't send the best message to a 10-year-old.
No, it doesn't, but he wasn't going to know. I was just going to say that I came across a bike.
Police charged him with grand larceny in Fairfax Court. The thieves from the Noma station charged too. One of them, the adult, has already pleaded guilty to misdemeanor theft. Our cameras even spotted a thief swiping a bike seat at the West Hyattsville station. The cops nabbed him too. Metro Transit Police records obtained by the News 4 I-Team show hundreds of bike thefts each year since 2011.
We're seeing a lot of high-dollar bikes stolen. We're not seeing a little more low-end bikes stolen.
Police say they've made some progress reducing the number of thefts in recent months, but they say the crooks are changing up. Just look, the stations crooks targeted most last year, different than the stations they're targeting most this year. Metro blankets the bike racks with surveillance cameras. You can watch. Their cameras capture images of the crooks at Noma. But transit police say you ought to check how you're locking your bike to be safe.
We use 2 U-locks, one for the front to the frame and then one to the rear tire in the frame.
The I-Team's review found 90% of bikes stolen from Metro stations last year used either chain or cable locks. Metro recommends using one of these, a Metro bike locker, available past the racks outside the stations. They can offer more security than a lock alone. Those locks, in so many cases, as our investigation shows, don't scare off the crooks. What about that bike made it the one you tried to take?
It was just sitting there.
And thieves are increasingly targeting bikes at red line stations. Metro Transit Police reports obtained by the I-Team show 7 of the 10 most targeted stations so far this year are red line stations. That includes an attempt made just Monday. A bike thief, Metro says, here outside the AU Tenleytown station. Scott McFarland, News 4 I-Team.
To see a breakdown of bike thefts at Metro stations, go to our website, NBCWashington.com. Click on Investigations. There you can also watch a full demonstration of the best way to protect your bike.